Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Today is Friday, May 15th, 2020. So we are kind of starting to come out of our quarantine. I'm not sure how it is where you live. Where I live here in Arizona, the governor has lifted some of our quarantines, our stay-at-home ends today, I believe. He's opened up public pools and things like that. So we have a little semblance of starting to be on our way back to our new normal, I suppose, right? I hope you're having a great week. I hope for those of you that celebrated Mother's Day last weekend that it was a nice weekend for you. Nice day, nice weekend. I hope you got to see your kids and maybe grandkids in some fashion. I saw most of mine on FaceTime. Couldn't think of it. And so 2 of my 3 kids and 1 of my 3 grandkids. So it was a fun day and always nice to kind of be celebrated for being a mom. So I hope you felt that same way last week. Now this week, I've got some fun things to show you. Little bit of housekeeping first. You know, I like to kind of go over what's happening and if there's any new Stampin' Up! News to share with you in these first few minutes while everybody's logging on. I wanted to remind you about the COVID-19 download. If you've purchased your PDF, I hope that you've made some pretty projects. And please share them, post on my Create with Carol page or Chick Stamper page. And I know we would love to see them. So a few weeks ago, I showed you that I had made this Quarantini card. That was my first card with the download. And then this week, I made this card that says, I can't wait to hug you when this is all over. And that's how I feel really about all of you, all my customers, all my in-person customers. I can't wait. I'm thinking maybe mid-June. I'd kind of like to wait a little bit to see how Arizona does, but I can't wait to have some in-person events this summer. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, lots of virtual events. So that's fun too. I still get to kind of see y'all when we're doing a Zoom. This month I have that Zoom. Oh, I have that Zoom class. So let me talk about that real quick. First of all, or lastly, I should say, the PDF download, you can find it at my Stampin' Up! Online store, which is chick.stampinup.net, and it is a $12 donation. None of that money goes to me. None of that goes to Stampin' Up! It's just a donation. They've got a couple charities on there that they are sending all of the money to help with the COVID relief. So this one says, I miss your face as well. That must be the saying I'm thinking of mostly this week with everybody. Okay, so today's the last day. Got some room. It's a virtual event, so it doesn't really fill up this way, but our masculine class for May. So it's an online class, or you can do it at home. You will have the PDF and video that I'll send you on May 29th. But if you're free on the night of the 29th, you can meet us on our Zoom class and we'll put all these cards together. So some fun masculine cards, 10 cards. And the class is very inexpensively priced because some of the product went deeply discounted. So I was able to get a smoking deal on it. So last day to sign up for that. At the end of today's video, when it posts on my page, I'll post a paragraph and one of those links in there will be how to sign up for this class. So wherever you live in the US, I can ship to you next Friday all of the product that you'll need, all the card stock, the envelopes, as well as the sailing home memories and more cards, the trinkets, the twine, things like that. So you get lots of product to use on other stuff as well. Just another reminder, text Chick Stamper to 22828. Sorry, that's backwards probably. If you want to join my mailing list. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/chickstamper. And I'm still kind of working on getting everything on there from that other page I had, silly me. Guess what? Guess what I got in the mail this week, you guys? The brand new 2021 annual catalog. It doesn't go live till June 3rd. So we're not going to talk too much about it other than I want you to know that I have catalogs. Many of you were on my mailing list if you've purchased from me in the last 6 months. The mailing list that I sent to Stampin' Up! And they will send you a catalog. they've been shipped. Hopefully that will come to you in the next week-ish or so. If you are thinking you might not have been on that list and you would like a catalog, please let me know. Email me at carol@chickstamper.com, or you can send me a private message and say, hey, can you ship me one at this address? I'd love to. If you're local, of course, you can come by, pick one up off my doorstep. So that works too. Okay. Don't forget, every week I pick winners, 2 winners, from the comments, the shares. So if you share the video, that counts. Comments on this page, Chick Stamper, or my Create with Carol group page, or Chick Stamper on YouTube. So I look at all those comments, I throw names in a bucket, and I draw 2 names. And what you win is the packet from last week's class. So for today's class packet, to earn today's class packet for free, next Friday I will draw 2 names from all the comments during the week, okay? So last week we made, you remember we made those really cute Mother's Day cards. And they're cards that of course you can change to happy birthday, thinking of you, sending you a hug, whatever works. I have 2 packets here, and they are ready to go to my 2 winners that were drawn this morning. They are Carrie Darlett. So thank you, Carrie. Unless your address has changed, I know your address, hon, and that will go out to you in the mail next week. My second winner, Diane Gilman. Congratulations, Diane. And I know you're local, so if you want to pick it up on my porch, you're welcome to. Just shoot me a message. And no worries, I'll get it for you. It's ready to go. So congratulations to you both. I appreciate it. Today's projects are all about the Magnolia Lane Suite. I love the suite. Last summer, some of you were at my summer retreat, and it was one of the classes that I featured was Magnolia Lane. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. The paper's gorgeous. You can color the inked images with our Stampin' Blends, and it's just gorgeous. So I made a couple of cards today using that suite. And then I added a little something to kind of make it a little more springy as well. But I have a couple projects to show you that we're not going to be making today, but just to give you an idea of things that you can do with this suite, okay? So I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll take a peek at those fun projects. Okay, let's take a peek. I'm going to bring you up here on my tablet and see how we're looking, see if we're straight or not, because you know how that kind of bugs me. First of all, this cute, look at this. This is a tag you could put on a gift bag. Hetty made that when she was here. I think it was for a swap, but this is the front. Think of this being on, just hanging on a gift bag, like a craft color big gift bag or a white gift bag that you would buy in bulk. And then look, she even made it on the back, dressed it all up, and it says to from. So I wanted to give you that cute idea. Let's see. All right, so now I'm watching, and I can see that I'm out of frame a little bit. So let me adjust my phone, guys, sorry. Because I want you to see everything. I feel so bad afterwards when I realize that I'm out of frame and you missed some of the pretty stuff. So the next thing I was going to show you using the Magnolia Lane Suite is one of the projects we did last summer at my retreat. And it is a 12 by 12 frame. You can see that we stamped some images. This one we stamped the large magnolia and it has a beautiful die that matches it. And then we colored it in with Stampin' Blends. And we just used a lot of the items featured in this suite. So the gorgeous paper, these cork elements, the twine is from that. And then these flowers we're going to use today, and they're wonderful because they match one of the dies. So I'll show you that as well, okay? I just want you to see how cute it is because I just love it. All righty. So our first card today, if you saw the photo, you'll remember that it uses a lot of the elements from this suite. And I wanted to show you a couple things in this designer paper. We have, there we go, looking for the die. One of the dies matches this flower. So in this designer paper is the exact same size. It also matches the stamped image. So here's the stamp. So if you were to stamp something down, then you would be able to cut out that same image with your die machine. So what I did is I cut out a whole bunch of these little flowers from the designer paper so that we could use them on projects. So that's where this flower comes from on today's project. It's not a stamped flower where we colored this in. This is already pre-printed from Stampin' Up. Okay, so we're going to start with that first. These cards I wanted to show you are beautiful. I should say the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set and the coordinating dies are carrying over. So they're going to be in our new catalog, but a lot of the sweet product won't. So the coordinating product. So if you're interested in any of the product that coordinates, you want to get that in the next couple of weeks before the new catalog starts June 3rd, while it's still available. So these card and envelopes I just love. So these are actually originally designed for Memory and More cards, because the Magnolia Lane packet has its own card packet kit of 4x6 and 3x4 coordinated cards, and they just fit right on this card base. But I like to just make regular cards as well with them. So what I've done here is I've just decorated it up, and that's what we're going to make today. These envelope liners come with it, and it's so fun because you get 20 envelopes, the envelope liner, and the cards. You get 20, and I'm sorry, I meant to write this down, for $12, I think. So it's a pretty good deal because they're just handy. You just whip them out and slap something on the front, and you've got some cute cards. So I wanted to show you that. Okay, so let's put this cute card together, and I'll show you how it works. So we've got all the pieces here. Most of my pieces. Oh my goodness gracious, here we go. Here's my other card liner. Okay, so here's how the cards come, but they're already scored. So I'm just gonna fold on that score line and get out my bone folder. Okay, so here's where we're already starting with our card base. And what I've done is I have cut all of these elements for our card today. Don't forget, the tutorial, the PDF tutorial will post on my blog at chickstamper.com this afternoon, okay? Once I get the video uploaded to YouTube, then I can load everything onto my blog, and the PDF tutorial with all the measurements and directions will post there for you, okay? Alrighty, so let's just start putting this together. This is part of the Magnolia designer paper. And it's just so pretty. Today we're just going to kind of use this neutral green so we can pop a flower on top and it won't be too busy. There we go. So what I did is I trimmed this black piece so that it's going to fit right inside here, because I wanted those little silver boxes to show. If you didn't, you could put bigger pieces. That would be okay. There you go. See, so it fits right inside. So then I embossed this Petal Pink square with the Layering Leaves embossing folder, just to add a little something, something to it. Let's see, this is a tiny, tiny little edge of black here, but I wanted just a little pop of black. And then it's just going to go down flat as well. And it's just going to go down right here in the middle. Easy peasy. Okay, we've got our Starburst punch, which you know I love. And one of the reasons I love it is because a 2-inch circle punch fits right on top. Starburst punch is retiring, so if you don't have one, you might think about getting it. This is Petal Pink Vellum from our Perennial Essence Vellum pack, which won't carry over as well. So when I use the vellum, I try to just put adhesive under. So for this instance, I'm going to put it under where the flower is going to be so that it doesn't show underneath, okay? So I don't need much because it's so lightweight. And we'll just put a little bit on there. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, and then this is gonna go down flat onto our card, only because I'm gonna pop up the flower and I just didn't want it to be too poppy. There we go. Okay, so I've already cut out one of our flowers, so we talked about that, right? And our sentiment, here we go. So I've got some little petal pink strips, and I'm gonna just use our banner triple punch, but it doesn't really fit, so I'm just gonna kind of pretend and try to hold it in place. Say a little prayer. Oh, that looks good. So what I did is just stamp here towards the right-hand edge. I'll turn it around for you. And great. Okay, so now I just need to trim it, but I didn't trim it earlier because I needed a little handle to put this into the punch. So I'm gonna hide it behind the flower, so I just need a little bit over here. All right, so I'm gonna take a couple glue dots and put right, oopsie. Well, that wasn't exactly what I had planned. I covered up my pretty stamping. Let me just move them out here. It doesn't really matter if they're globby because they're gonna hide under the flower. It's just to have a little something here. There we go. We just want it kind of peeking out. Then I'm going to flip the whole thing over and let's get some dimensionals. And I'll put one way out here on the side. That will kind of help hold everything up a little without it getting droopy on the card. Okay. So you can put this flower however you like. You can have the hello hanging down. I think we'll kind of do it this way today. How cute. And then I really love these epoxy droplets. These are the frosted. So they're, oh, let me get my little pick tool here. And so they're not shiny like the clear ones, but a sheet of the frosted and a sheet of the clear come in the same package. But they're cute. I like them. They just add a little something there. Alrighty, so this ribbon I wanted to show you, I just did a little double bow. You can probably see that. And you may already know, but for me, this is just the easiest way. I just double up my ribbon. In this instance, it's the twine. This twine I'm gonna miss in the new catalog because it's just so pretty. Goes with so many different projects and holiday projects. So I just treat it as one piece when I tie my bow. And come back here a little piece. There we go. And it just, you don't have to do a double bow, but it just adds a little something, so I like that. Little extra texture, little extra dimension, I guess. Okay. Let's see, let's even them out a little bit. Okay. And then my glue dot, I'm just gonna kind of roll up like a little burrito on here. And we'll put him down here this time so that he's out of the way. Okay, what do you think? You like that one? Now, these particular cards, I love the card bases, but I like to kind of make them a little thicker. So what I've done is I've just got two pieces that we're going to glue on the inside. But first I want to stamp, okay? So for this one, we're going to stamp our magnolia. And we'll just do them right there. And then also on the envelope, look how pretty these envelopes are with that silver lining as well. Let's see, we should do this side. I think the post office likes it better. Okay, and then I'm also going to do one on the flap. So when it gets closed, that will show as well. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you on these envelopes, they come with these liners, and this is how I do it. I find that if you leave the adhesive away off of the bottom part and just slide it in, so it's slid all the way in now. Whoopsie. Of course, when you're trying to do it for the magic of television, there we go. So now it's all the way in. So now I'm just going to close the flap. That puts the score line in my printed area there for my liner. And then I'm just going to put some adhesive on the inside. And then close the flap. Okay. There you go. See, so it's stuck. So it doesn't matter about this. It's not going to move because we've got some adhesive on the upper part. But being careful not to put any adhesive right where that crease is, then it can move a little bit. Okay, so this one, I got a little smudge on there, darn it. That's all right. Let's see. I think that my ink is nice and juicy today. So I'm gonna let's just stamp another one real quick. And we'll use that one for scratch paper. I refilled my stamp pad, but maybe I was a little heavy on the refill ink. So that's going to need to dry for just a second. Okay. Let's hope that that's good. That looks good. And then we're just going to put this on the inside. Again, this is our inside piece, so this is where we're going to be able to write a note to our friend, our loved one, whoever is going to be the recipient of this pretty card. Okay. So here's the inside of the card. And we'll just put this right down. There we go. So now it's a nicely weighted, nice card that has a little oomph to it, I feel like. Isn't that pretty? And very pretty on the inside. Okay, and we've dolled up our envelope. So that is a nice little gift, a little mini gift. Nice sweet card that you can send to somebody. All righty. Now, our next card, if you saw the picture ahead of time, I made a spring card. So I wanted to show you because I had inspiration. This card is something that I made last summer, and it's very cute, and you can see that it's using the elements from the suite with the designer paper and of course the card base and matching envelope. This is a hand stamped, so we stamped this image and then I colored it with blends. So I wanted to show you that, but that was the inspiration because it's almost the same card. But I decided to change it up to spring colors. Get this little piece out for you. So the spring colors, I wanted to use some Highland Heather. I still use the same petal pink that we used in our previous card as well, because that goes with the suite. This striped designer paper is still from the Magnolia suite, but I added a little bit. So I added some Highland Heather paper from the 6x6 Subtles collection. And then look, I made my own liner by using some paper from the Best Dress suite. But I just love that. That's actually a purple posy color, but it's close enough. And you can see what I did is I just lined up, let me get a little sample here for you. I lined up the designer paper that I wanted to use for my envelope. So you could do this with lots of different colors and lots of different papers. So I lined it up and then, there we go. And then I just trimmed all the way around. And that gave me this for a matching envelope liner. So that's what I've done here. So we're gonna make this card. But we're gonna make it in the spring colors because it's spring, it's kind of almost summer. That depends how you feel about that, I suppose. Summer in Arizona is kind of our winter for most people. So we like summer, but it's a different breed all its own. Okay, so same kind of thing. This time I used 3 layers instead of 2 like we did on that first card. So again, those measurements are going to be in the free tutorial for you. So this layer is going to go down first. And I've got just kind of small little edges here. Because if we had too big of edges, we would be covering up the pretty silver on the card. And then this is that Subtles piece. It's a Highland Heather color, but from the Subtles collection, I should say, of the 6x6 designer paper. And I should have checked. Some of the 6x6 pieces are gone, but we will be getting new ones with the new catalog. Same idea, they'll just be different prints on them. So we'll still have a Subtles collection of 6x6. Okay, so this one is pretty. It has the words on it. I just thought it just kind of fit. Okay, so let's score our card base. Okay. And then this piece, just like before, is going to go right on the front, right in between those silver lines. And I want to get my words going correctly. Let's take a peek. Okay, easy peasy, that part's done. So this 1-inch strip, all I did, you can kind of see, is I just angled. No right or wrong, just whatever angle you like. I thought it just kind of added a little something, something. And then it just went down flat. So try to get this in the center for you. Alrighty, now this ribbon. This is our silver metallic edged ribbon. The cool thing, this ribbon and its sister, I'll say, which is gold edge and vanilla in the middle, both of them are returning in our new catalog. And the fun thing about them is that you can color them to match your project, any project you like. So only the outer parts are going to show, so that's the only part that I'm going to color. But if you use our alcohol markers, which are our Stampin' Blends, this one is Dark Highland Heather, because I wanted it to match, I can do that. And this will work on the vanilla ribbon, so if I was making a card that had gold accents, I would have used that ribbon. But I'm so excited that these ribbons are carrying over because they're so versatile. I think last week we used it on one of our Mother's Day cards. We left it white, but I wanted to show you how fun and easy this is to change the color. So again, I don't need to color the middle part just because it's going to be hidden. So, okay. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive here in the middle. Again, it's going to be hidden by our sentiment circle. So let's see if we can line this up. Doesn't have to be too exactly perfect, but good enough there. Okay, now that's going to see how it's kind of a little darker than our designer paper, but look at this one. This is going to lighten up, so it's okay. It will dry, and as it dries, it will lighten for you. Alrighty, so we have this pretty Thinking of You stamp, which comes in this suite. All of these stamps are in the Magnolia, Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. So that's kind of nice. It's nice when everything is all included. So I'm using Highland Heather. And just going to stamp Thinking of You. And then I've got the Timeless label punch. And it is kind of timeless. There we go. And I already pre-punched a everyday label punch. And this is, again, out of the Highland Heather. This is Petal Pink. But that way we can layer them right on top of each other. Okay, let's see. Let's get some adhesive. So they look kind of cute together, I think. There we go. Alrighty, so then what I did is I just put them flat onto a 2 1/4 inch punch of the vellum. Same vellum we used on our last card. See how so many of the products all coordinate, even when they're from different suites? The vellum is from the Perennial Essence suite from our current catalog, but it matches so well here. Okay, now I'm gonna put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, but again, I want to hide the dimensionals. I don't want them to pop through this vellum because it's sheer so you can see through. So I'm going to be careful that I put my dimensionals only where they won't show. So we'll just kind of put them where we can see that dark purple punch and know that we're okay. Alrighty. These card bases would make great Christmas cards as well because they're just easy and you got them all right there. Alrighty, what do you think? Pretty cute. That ribbon's starting to lighten up a little bit. Let's put some of our frosted elements on here. So cute. These ones are kind of large, so I'm trying to use this take your pick tool, and they kind of fall off. There we go. All right. So if you wanted to dress it up more, you could, but I think it's really cute. I think it's very nice. We're going to do our inside though, because we want to dress that up a little bit. Okay. So one stamp that I love that is in this Magnolia set, Good Morning Magnolia set, is this little loop-de-doo. So I like to put it, you can see I put it on the front of the envelope as well as on the flap because, again, we can, it's cute. Why not? Okay. So let's stamp it here on the bottom, just kind of in the center, left to right on the bottom. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to try to do the same thing on the flap. Center-ish. That's what I should say. Alrighty. So cute. Oh, I forgot one more place we need to stamp it at. Right here on our Whisper White piece for the inside. Okay, I know the whole table's shaking when I stamp. I'm sorry about that. There we go. So pretty. I love this Highland Heather color. So we're going to attach it to the base here, or the base color, I should say, and then right to the inside of our card. Thank goodness my snail is not happy. In Arizona, our air gets really dry, and so sometimes our snail dries out a little bit more than I would like. Okay, here we go. Here's the inside of this one. Same thing, this is just a 4x6 piece of solid color with a 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 piece of Whisper White on top. Again, check out that free PDF I made for you though at chickstamper.com. There you go. Now this one, remember I showed you how I had made the liner for it. Oopsie. So we're just going to put that in and close it up so that we get our nice crisp fold. Use a bone folder, I think will make it even a little nicer. There we go. And then some adhesive and close it back up. There you go. Isn't that cute? I love these cards. Now, I'm not sure though, they're a little larger than our regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cards. So you might have to weigh it or take it into the post office because you might need a second stamp. I'm not positive, but keep that in mind. But they're so cute. I love them lots. Okay, you guys. So remember, each week, from Friday through Monday, so this week ending Monday, what is that, May 18th, all orders that are $35 or more will receive the kits to make these cards. So you'll receive everything you need, except you'll need to use stamps you have at home as well as ink. And you'll also receive this cute pillow gift. This is my pillow gift for today, or for this weekend, I should say. So it uses those cutout flowers again that I showed you. But look what it is. It's a little matchbox that I made for you. And it holds 2 little Hershey Nuggets. And it says, enjoy today, which is also from this Magnolia set. Isn't that cute? It's got the little vellum on it, the double bow with the twine. So it's all a cute little trio of fun things for you. So, alrighty, let me set you back up. Hey, everyone. I hope you had fun today. I hope you enjoyed the projects, and I'm looking forward to sharing again with you next week. I have to think, let's see, next week, maybe next week, but for sure probably the week after, I will be showcasing some new product from the new catalog. But right now I want you to be able to see what's still available, and if you have things that you want to purchase before they are gone, let me know. Or you are, of course, are welcome to shop at my online store, which is chick.stampinup.net, or email me. I'm happy to help you out with any orders that you want. The other thing I always forget, every month, it changes every month, guys. I have a free 16 project tutorial. So everybody who orders 35 or more during the month receives that 16 project tutorial in your email. So what it is I belong to a collaborative group. So one of the projects is mine, and it's probably something you've seen on a Facebook Live or in class a few months ago anyway, maybe classes in the future. And the other 15 are projects from 15 other of my demo friends. So we all got together, we have this collaborative group, and it's a great way for us to share with our customers. My team gets it for free, but it's just, I love it. So make sure you check with that. And if there's ever a month where you think you qualified and you didn't receive it, hit me up, because I try to check off everything on all the lists. I do my best. So, okay guys, thank you. I think that's it. I appreciate you. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you next Friday. Thanks so much.